My name is Victoria Wilk, and I make airplanes. Mechanical engineer is the best of engineers. You're asking an inanimate thing to move in a controlled way, in a predictable way. So mechanical engineering is the engineering of stuff that moves. In the words of my father, someone's always gonna need stuff made. I went into engineering because you get to make something out of nothing. That's exactly what engineering is you're making something for others to use around you. So you're contributing to the world. It's great. I grew up in California, in Fremont, which is the Silicon Valley down there. The Silicon Valley was sort of the professional zhuzh around me growing up. My family friends and their friends' parents were all in it, and sort of $1 million McMansions would go up throughout my adolescence. And I actually entered college as a computer science major, and it just wasn't me. It didn't feel right for me. So I tried a bunch of different classes, sociology, geology, all sorts of stuff, and I ended up with a mechanical engineering degree. When I was growing up, math was actually always kind of fun, but there was definitely math that I did not get very easily. I remember sitting in calculus classes in college, just feeling dumb. I would sit there and I would struggle to get it, and I'd listen to the guy, and I'd go home and I'd flip through the pages of the book, and I wouldn't get it and I wouldn't get it. But it really is persistence. I mean, I could have made a decision after getting out of class on those days, saying, you know what, I don't get this. I feel like I'm 2 weeks behind. Heck with it, I'll go not be an engineer, be something else. But I didn't. I chose to stick with it. I talked to professors, I talked to friends that understood it, and when you do get it, it's just this relief, and all of a sudden you're empowered. The rewards are just enormous. When you design an airplane, you always start with the mission. What are you trying to get the thing to do? How many people do you want to fly? How far do you want to fly them? And that's the basis for the entire airplane design. From a really zoomed out perspective, every customer uses the airplane the same way. They put the same number of passengers in to fly them the same distance. But they're using those airplanes all over the world. So you've got the same airplane that's flying in, Dubai, where it's 120 degrees outside, as you do flying in Russia, landing in Moscow, where it's gonna be below zero a lot of the year. So your airplane and everything on it has to be able to operate in the most extreme temperatures around the world. Anywhere there's an airport, your airplane has got to be healthy. So in a flight test program, airplanes will fly all over the world so that they're actually flying in these extreme conditions. Testing, it just happens forever. There's so much testing, which is the right thing. You're essentially trying to break it, to make sure that you've built something unbreakable. Because when you find a failure in something that you've made, you've learned something about your airplane, and now you can make that thing stronger. Failure's a good thing. I mean, that's so much of what engineering is, actually. You have to be okay with mistakes. I mean, part of the thrill is the struggle and overcoming mistakes to get to your goal. What you learn from mistakes and from failures is how to make a better thing afterwards. You learn that mistakes happen. You learn that happens to everybody. So yeah, mistakes happen all the time, and it's the testing that helps you find it, and it's the teamwork required to fix the mistakes that's part of the reward of engineering.